Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is really weird because I haven't sat down and filmed a video in what seems like forever. I'm so excited because it's finally summer, which means a lot of new videos and a lot of better content is gonna be on my channel soon, hopefully, because I don't have to worry about school right now, which is so amazing. So today, I think is probably my most requested video I've ever had. I think the most commented thing on any of my videos is people asking me what mic I use, how I edit, how I put filters on my videos, what background audio I use, and how I make my thumbnails. So basically just anything that has to do with editing and filming YouTube videos. I get so many questions about that in my comments. So if you're not someone that's interested in making YouTube videos or just making YouTube covers, then this video is probably not the video for you. Like, you'll probably get super bored because I'm not interesting. Before I say anything, I just want to say that I am not even close to being a professional. I'm just a girl that sits in my room and makes YouTube videos. I've taught everything I know to myself. None of the stuff I'm gonna say to you is close to being professional, so just want to give that disclaimer. If you're a professional and you're watching this, you're probably gonna cringe at a lot of the tips that I give. But if you're like me and you don't know what you're doing, stick around to watch this video because some of it's helpful, I think, but it might not be. We're just gonna go with it. With all of that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and start this video off by talking about what equipment I use, because that's the question I get the most out of any question. I get this comment a few times on each of my videos asking me what microphone I use. And so I'm just gonna start off telling you guys about my microphone. So let's get into it. This is my microphone. There's a lot of cords attached to it. It is a Blue Yeti microphone. This microphone is so convenient because it plugs right into your USB plug, right into your computer, into GarageBand. The quality is so good. If you like my covers, this is what I'm using on almost every single one of them. And it's not that expensive. I think it's around $100, which compared to other microphones is super reasonable, and it's just so good for beginners especially. Even if you're not singing on YouTube, this is a really good microphone for voiceovers or podcasts or anything that you like to do. So I'll try to link all of the links to these products in the description box. If I forget, this is so easy to find. Just type in Blue Yeti mic on anything. They have it at Walmart, I think. I got mine at Best Buy. I know they have it on Amazon. You can get it pretty much anywhere. So it's a really standard mic. It's really nice. I'm just gonna like zoom in and show you guys some of the different features it has. I'm just gonna talk about each feature on the microphone and then put an overlay of a different video showing an up close of this. The first button on the front of the microphone is the mute button. It does exactly what you think it does. It just mutes the microphone for when you're not talking. And then the volume button, this is like the master volume, controls how loud your microphone is in your headphones. And the headphone jack is right on the bottom of the microphone at the same spot that the USB mini jack is located. So yeah, that's pretty much all that's on the bottom of the mic. You've also got like a mic stand hole, but that's only if you're putting it on a stand. Then on the back of the mic, you have the mic gain control. So if you're super like far away from the microphone, you're gonna turn the gain up so it picks up more sound. But if you're close up to the mic, like I normally hold it in my videos, you're gonna put the gain all the way down or almost all the way down because you're not gonna need it to pick up surrounding sound. Yeah, I don't know how factual that information is, but that's just how I think it is. The pattern is probably the most confusing part of this microphone just because there's so many different patterns and it's really hard to know what they mean, so I'm just going to tell you. We're going to start on the left and go through the different patterns. So the pattern on the far left, this is the bidirectional pattern. This means that you can have someone sitting on either side of the microphone and that's where it's going to pick up sound from. So it's not going to pick up sound from the sides, just the front and the back. The next one is called the omnidirectional. and this means that the sound is being picked up all around the mic. The next one is the cardioid. I'm probably not pronouncing these right. This is the one I use, and it's where only the sound coming directly to the front of the mic is being picked up. And then the last one is the stereo mic. I think it mainly focuses on the front and then the sides. You can still hear from the back, but it's not as loud. I kind of just made that up, but that's what makes sense to me, so we're just gonna go with it. So I'm not a mic tech or a techie person. I'm just trying to like explain some stuff for you guys if you're interested in this microphone, because it's a really good microphone. My next piece of equipment, with all of that being said, is my handy MacBook. I have the MacBook Air. I think it's the newest one. I'm not really sure. I got it in February. It's my baby and its name is Carl and I love her. If you have the newer versions of the MacBook, you're not going to have actual USB imports. You're going to have USB-C imports. I don't know why they changed it. It's kind of annoying, but it's okay. USB-C is different from USB because they look different. That's the only difference. If you have one of these computers and you have this microphone, basically you just have to get a converter from USB to USB-C. Mine looks like this. So you just put that on and then plug it into your computer and you're hooked up. So I'm gonna go on my computer and show you guys basically the recording process of the vocals. So before I do that, I'm just gonna tell you guys how I like physically record myself when I'm making covers. For videos like this, I'm using a Canon 80D. It's a really great camera. I think most YouTubers use this camera. I just want to say, having good equipment, like you do not have to have good equipment to make good YouTube videos. You don't have to have a Canon or a fancy DSLR camera. You can use your phone. Basically, if you have good lighting, and you don't have to buy a ring light for that either. Right now, I'm using my window for lighting. You can just get your phone and your window and make YouTube videos. Like, you do not have to have good equipment. And with that being said, all of my covers I actually film on my phone, and I have the iPhone 7 Plus, so you don't have to have the newest phone or the best phone. You just need something to record yourself. So whenever I'm recording my covers, I'm recording the audio. I'm singing live. Like when you watch my covers, I'm not lip syncing. Like I'm actually recording the audio whenever you're watching my covers, but the audio is not coming from my phone microphone. It's coming through this, and I edit it in GarageBand. And I don't even use the back camera on my phone. I record with the front camera. So that's why sometimes the quality of my, like the video quality of my covers aren't that good, but that just goes to show you don't have to have a good camera to make good YouTube videos. I need to go figure out how to screen record. One second. Okay, I found out how to screen record. It's all good. Okay, so first thing I do to make my covers is I go into GarageBand, and if you have a Mac, GarageBand comes on your Mac. So you don't have to pay for it, it's already there. Okay, we're just gonna go to a new file. Okay, so you're gonna select empty project. And it should look like this. I'm gonna use this right here. Now that GarageBand is open, for my background audio, I go to YouTube and I'm just gonna type in like karaoke. I don't know what song to do right now. We'll just do, this shouldn't be this hard. We'll just do this one. You're just gonna copy the URL to your clipboard. You're gonna go to a website that converts YouTube to MP3. This is the one I always use. I'm sure there's more, and then you're just gonna paste that URL into this website, and it will basically convert the YouTube video into an iTunes file, and it'll download it onto your computer. If you're gonna do like your own instruments, you do this a different way, but if you're using like karaoke tracks, this is how you do it, because that's what I do. you're gonna click this button up here if you're importing a karaoke track, and then select iTunes because that's where it's being downloaded to, and then you're gonna go find what you just downloaded. Once you find your audio that you downloaded on your computer, you're gonna drag it into GarageBand. So I already have like a setting I like to use on my covers, but if you don't have that, you can just like adjust the reverb and the echo, stuff like that. So now that I have everything selected, I can go ahead and sing. And basically what you do, you get your microphone and you hit record, and at this point I would be recording on my phone. And yeah, so just like start recording on your phone. Try to hit record on your phone and on GarageBand at the same time so that it kind of matches up and it's not that hard while you're editing. I guess I should probably like record something so that I can show you how I edit. So this video is gonna be really bad, but it's okay. So let's just do that. But also at this point, you're gonna put your headphones in so that you can hear the audio coming out of your computer, and you can hear what's going on in your microphone. Ooh. Now that you have the video on your phone, you're gonna want to airdrop this to your computer, but not yet.
Why am I forgetting how to do everything?
Okay, so now that we have that, you're gonna go up to share at the top left corner, and you're gonna click the song to iTunes button. And basically I'm just gonna name it like how I edit or something. And it'll scan the track and it'll download it to iTunes. So now that we have everything for the audio done, we're done with the computer for right now. So now I'm going to show you everything I do on my phone to edit the video. So on my phone, all I do is filters on the video. So on all of my videos, I use vsco to add a filter. And I think to edit your videos on vsco, it does cost, like, there's a yearly fee, I think. It's not a lot though, so yeah. So this is a really great video that I have here. Really good angles, I know, super good. So the filter I usually use is C7, and for each video, you know, I adjust the settings, blah blah blah. Yeah, you just make it look good for whatever video you're doing. The one thing that sucks for me, which I can't figure out, is I have to edit each, like I have to filter each clip individually because I can't figure out how to get my video that's edited on iMovie back to my phone for filters back to my computer to upload. So if you know how to get an edited video in iMovie to my phone, please let me know. Now that your video is edited the way you like it, you're going to go to your camera roll and you're going to airdrop it to your computer. Now to edit the actual cover, we're going to go into iMovie. A lot of YouTubers use Final Cut Pro, but if you're a beginner, iMovie is a lot better, I think, just because it's easier to navigate and kind of get used to editing on a computer. Hey guys, so I'm editing right now and I realized that the screen record from this part didn't save or something, and so it's probably not going to make sense. But yeah, just thought I'd let you know so you're not confused. Okay, anyways. So you're going to hit create new movie, and then you're going to hit movie, and then I'm going to download, import some media, like I just did. So we're going to scroll down and find the video. It's a lot easier if you have it renamed, which I have mine named How I Edit. You're going to go to audio and you're going to import your audio. This is probably the most time consuming part. You're going to have to match up your video and your audio. It's not... Now I'm too late. Oh. See how annoying this is? Like, you see what I go through for you guys? Okay, so once you have them synced, you can go to the audio of the actual video and mute it because you're not going to want to hear that. Okay, now you guys know the process of how I edit my videos and film my audio and stuff like that. And then after I do that, I just upload it to YouTube. The next thing I'm going to talk about is how I edit my thumbnails, and this part is just so fun. It's probably my favorite part of filming. So I'm just gonna so to edit my thumbnails, I go back into VSCO, and I'm gonna take the picture I literally just took. That's so cute. And I'm gonna put the same filter on it that's on my video. Just change it down a little bit. After I take the picture and put a filter on it, I go into Fonto, which will save your lives for thumbnails. It's basically made for thumbnails. You're gonna pick the picture you want, and then there's so many different fonts that you can choose from. Personally, I downloaded mine from the internet. There's so many different websites that you can download them from, and it's so easy. You basically go on the websites, pick which font you want, and then you can download it straight into Fonto, which is really nice. But my font that I normally use is Keep on Truckin'. So if you guys want to download it, you should. So I'm just gonna make this how I edit. You can play around with the placement, stuff like that. On a lot of my thumbnails, I curve it to make it like a circle, so it would be like that or something. I don't know. So yeah, that's so cute. You can go edit your thumbnail on YouTube and put it on your video, and it's that simple. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is the one thing all YouTubers are faced with. It really sucks, but it's fine. I'm probably actually going to have to cover up that Billie Eilish audio because of this, but the dreadful topic of every YouTuber is copyright. I'm just going to go ahead and say almost every single, if you're making covers, almost every single karaoke audio on YouTube is copyrighted. And almost all of my videos get copyrighted. I'm not currently monetized, but even if I was monetized, I wouldn't make money from most of my videos because of copyright. The biggest question on YouTube is how to avoid copyright. And honestly, just don't put music in your videos. A good thing that some people do is they don't copyright their music, and a lot of the music you hear in the background of YouTubers' videos is a band called Surfaces. At least recently, that's what everybody's been using because it's copyright-free music and it's very aesthetically pleasing music. Basically, just look up the band Surfaces. You can pretty much download any of their songs, put them in the background of your videos. It's probably what's in the background of this video. There's so many videos on YouTube of different copyright-free songs that you can use in your videos. It's just really annoying, especially if you're a cover artist, that almost all of your videos look copyrighted, but it's fine. You know, it's fine. So that's basically everything I do to edit my videos and my thumbnails and my audio. I know this video wasn't super informative, but I mean, it's just as much as I can tell you because I'm not a professional, like I said. So, I hope this video wasn't completely pointless, and I hope it answered some of the questions that you guys have been commenting on my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. Make sure if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button because it would mean a lot to me. And if you're here till the end of this video, thank you so much for watching the whole thing. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.